Hi everyone, my name is Mohammad Kardan. In this video I'm going to discuss about decals and how should we use decals and when be using decals and what's the benefit of using decals and so many things else. So as you can see in my environment I have so many assets, okay, but some of them are not assets, are decals. For example, this carpet is a decal. If I hide it, there is nothing in here. There is no asset in here, just a decal I use for making my environment looking a little bit fuller, okay? So, and why I use decals and why I didn't use assets instead. Okay, I want to describe. For example, for a carpet like that, when it's on the floor, what's the difference between maybe 1 centimeters higher compared to the floor, or just a texture? You know what I mean? Let me put a box in here to show you. For example, maybe we use this asset for our scene as a carpet, okay? So the thickness of the carpet is even lower than that. It's just 1 or 2 centimeters, and in here there is no difference in 1 or 2 centimeters as for character to see that. Personally, I can't see no difference in here. I can't say it's a decal or it's an asset. We put it in here and used it. Okay, so we use decals on places that almost flat and there is no need to see maybe back or other side of that asset, okay? For example, I don't want to put this carpet like, let me copy it, like that. You see, it's not working well. I don't want to put it like that and maybe like floating like this one. You see, it's an asset that's fallen from this table, so I couldn't use a decal on it and you know, fallen down like this. Yeah, in this scenario, no, we can't use it. But in places like something flat, we can use as many as we want decals, and it's so useful. I imported some decals materials, textures, and made the material. Where are the? They are in here. These are the materials, and they are transparent. And when we put our decals on our scene, it looks like there is real thing in here, but there is no exact thing. It's just a material, like normal map, you know. And when we use them and how we use them. For example, in here I imported some textures of carpet. I thought like okay, there is no need to use assets forever. I just import them as decal. We can make them big or small, and it's easy to use, and the performance wise is recommended to using decals instead of real object. And it has so many other use. For example, like look at this wall in here. As you see, it's super sharp in this part, and maybe we want to make it a little bit natural and make it a little bit smooth, and maybe scratched, whatever, you know. So in here we could make let me open it in Maya. So here we are in Maya. Okay, for example, think like this is our wall, like that. Okay, so as you can see, it's super sharp and it's not realistic, and compared to this one, as you see, compare these two, which one is better? Absolutely this one. This one has some chamfer on it and looking so much smoother and looking good. One of the benefit of using decals is that we made our scenes like this in Unreal Engine, and so many stuffs are sharp like that, here or here. You see, these are sharp. So this is the one of the benefit of using decals, is that instead of importing a variety of different walls and all of that, we could make our wall in here like that, and make it as high quality as possible, like doing it like some smoothness, for example, maybe 2, maybe 4, something like that. Then put it on ZBrush, and in ZBrush try to sculpt it. Okay, try to sculpt it like, let me open a game to show you. So here I wanna describe 2 games. This is Max Payne 2, it's for the year of 2001 maybe, and this one is Max Payne 2 2011 or 2012, and I want to show you how did they use decals. So my environment, as you see, it has a lot of hard edges in here, hard, it's super hard. You see, super sharp. Compare, for example, to this one. You see, it has a nice bevel on it and chamfer on it. Or this fridge, do you see it looking not sharp? Or my cabinets looking good, they are not sharp. Here they are not sharp. Okay, but look at here, it's so sharp. It's so sharp. And how should I fix it? I modeled these fridge and cabinets in Maya, but I just used a block, an Unreal Engine, put it in here and made the whole scene. So it's not convenient to import each and every of my wall from Maya, say like, okay, I want this one for this one, okay, I want this one for this one. I want this one. It's overwhelming. And what's the alternative for such a use is that, as you can see in Maxpin 2, we have sharp edges. Look at it. We have sharp edge in here, sharp edge in here, or in here. Do you see? Here, sharp. Do you see? Sharp, sharp, sharp. It's super sharp. But nowadays in games, like for example in Maxpin 3, just compare these two together. This is Maxpin 3 and this is Maxpin 2. Because we have more powerful hardwares, we have so much options to do. My walls are hard like Maxpin 2 because I didn't use decals. But if I use decals, as I mentioned, like make it high poly, put it on ZBrush and sculpt it, the result would be, let me do it. Okay, the result would be so different. Look at it. It's a sharp area in here. Look at it. It's sharp. It's sharp. Here you have sharp walls. But thanks to decals power, we could make it look scratched or worn. You know. These are decals that GTA use. For example, on the wall, we have a decal in here. They made it on ZBrush or as a texture, and like how I think like this is a decal of that that ceiling. Let me rotate it like that. Yeah. Okay. Think like this carpet is that scratch of this area. If I, instead of this carpet texture, if I had that texture, I could put this scratched wall in here, and I could use it on my scene and go through it. Okay, and it's how they use decals in their environment to make a big difference in their scenes. Look at in here, for example, there is a leak in here, or let me show you in other part. Yeah, look at here. It's a straight wall, but with some decals in here we have different feeling. Or in here, look at it, something's leaking. Or in the top of the door, they again use decal in here. Or even in here, look at it, it's a little bit different. Or in there, look, they used decal technique. Or even this blood could be decals as well. So that was the idea of the decal. It's so powerful. I could do, for example, some scratches on my ceiling, or add decals on my walls in here or in here, or I could leak something from here, something is leaking, or like, yeah. And with the power of decals, I used this carpet, and I used this one in here to make it a little bit filler, because it felt empty to me. And I used it in here, And even on my tables I imported some textures on them. I imported these textures and did some manipulation on Photoshop, because without that it was looking like, do you see, it's black, it's not hollow or empty. I made an alpha mask for that to make it like that. Okay, for this one, where is it? I use them here. Again, I made an alpha on Photoshop, this is, and yeah, or in here, do you see, it's two decals, one on the top and other is like that, do you see? And it could be maybe some scratches on the table, and put it like that. You do it. It could be like that. For example, some scratches or whatever. Yeah. Or it has other use. Maybe we want to add some labels on our table or drawer. Maybe want to write something on the wall. Let me show you. I had a decal in here. For example, that's text. You could use it like that. Do you see? Or maybe something like, maybe something's leaking from the top or whatever. Or maybe we could add this logo and put it in here and make a logo and use it whenever we want in our environment. Or in here, maybe someone say to me, add something on the fridge. I could make a texture of it and use it like a decal on the top of it, and we are good to go. And so guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video.